So guys, I'm back with another, not sewing, but I would say a weave install, but this time it's a glue in, a quick weave, I should say. So this is my first time actually doing a closure with a glue in without any anchor braids. So as you can see, my client doesn't have any cornrows. So what I did was I molded her hair all back so that way I could, and I put glue. I usually put a stocking cap, but this time I didn't. I don't know why, but I did use this Grow Protect on her hair, which allows the tracks to hold longer, allows it to get really hard, so I'm able to sew onto her mold. And also, what it does is when it's time for me to take this remove this hair, by me putting the Grow Protect on it, it'll allow the hair to loosen up as soon as the water touches it. But you have to put you have to rinse it for about 5 minutes before it'll start to loosen up. So anyway, that's the purpose of using the Grow Protect, and so that I can use this method to actually lay her closure. So as you see in the video right now, what I'm doing is I'm sewing the closure down to her mold, so that way I can glue the front. There's no way for me to sew the front because, like I said before, I don't have um an anchor braid. When I do a sew-in, I normally can braid around the hairline, and I can grab the front of the closure and actually sew it to the cornrows. And also I can sew it to the track as I lay it around and sew it around the perimeter. But anyway, so right now what I'm doing is I am adding some glue to the hairline, and I'm not putting it in her hairline. I've actually brought the closure down some so that way it won't affect her hairline. She doesn't normally do styles like this. And I didn't want her hair to be compromised. So I pulled the closure forward a little bit. And then I am now blow drying her glue. You want to make sure that glue is really dry before laying that closure down. If you don't make sure that glue is dry, oh my God, I promise you, you won't be happy, and neither will your client, because that glue is going to look white. You have to let it get dry so that it becomes clear. And I actually believe I did maybe 2 coats of glue. And I struggled with this a little bit. For some reason, the first time I tried to lay it, it still wasn't tight. It didn't lay. So I had to actually do it a second time. So I had to fight with this closure and getting it laid. So now you see me still trying to make sure it's dry. Guys, in this video, it may look like I'm moving fast, but this thing takes time. A lot of people look at videos and they see it and think it's a 1, 2, 3 quick job. Nah, it really takes time to make sure that closure is laid, making sure that, and I let my clients kind of hold it for me in the front and pull it, because I've had a situation where um, it it looked like it was where it needed to be, but by the time I sold it, that closure was pulled back and I had to start over. So now what I do is I have my clients hold it in the front. As you can see, she was holding it while I was sewing it, and I make sure they pulling it, and I keep checking. I do not be playing when I be doing these closures, because one thing we don't want is y'all walking around looking like y'all have a receding hairline. I don't know. I just want it to be right. It needs to be placed just like your natural hairline. So guys, this bob cut came out really nice. It's nice and flowy. But I don't know. It could be just me, but it looks like look like it's a little longer on one side for some reason. I kept trying to get it right, but my client had to go to work, so I didn't have a lot of time to be fooling with it, but I think it still came out nice. But this hair is so nice and flowy. I love this hair. And believe it or not, this hair is beauty supply store hair. So if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a lot, or you just don't have it to spend, and you go into the beauty supply store, I suggest you go with the Outre. Outre is not cheap, but it's not nowhere near expensive like that other hair is. I think she paid for 2 bundles of hair and the closure. I think it was under $200, believe it or not. And that is a good price if you're on a budget and you still want quality look. So you can see that her part is nice and clean in the middle. And I hate when somebody want a middle part, guys, because I have the hard. When I say the hardest time, God, I have the hardest time trying to get a middle part. I hate it. But it took me some time, but I don't think it looks bad. And guys, don't come for me about this little print. I'm just seeing this print. Oh God, I wish I was able to see that and get it out. One thing I don't like is when somebody have curls or a wrap that's net that's straight, and you can see like a flat on print. Oh, I'm mad at myself about that. I did not see that. But overall, my client, this is her first time getting her hair like this. She normally does not wear a middle part, and she normally does not wear straight bobs. So this was her first time getting this look, and she loved it. She loved it. It's nice and flowing. I think the length accents her face. It really, I really like it. I think I did a good job. And to think this is my first time doing the closure without, sewing it down. I normally sew them down, not glue them down. And I normally don't glue the back, and I glued the back instead of sewing it in. I did that off camera. But everything looks good. Looks really, really good. I just love the silkiness of this hair. It was effortless. I mean, completely effortless trying to style it. And you see how nice and clean her part looks on her face. Like, it's not down too far, it's not back too far. I think the placement was almost perfect. Guys, I really love this hair. Oh my goodness, I probably gonna go to the beauty supply store myself and just purchase a lot of it. Guys, thanks for watching. Like and share for more.